We are following that developing story out of Fort Worth this morning. An explosion at a hotel leaves more than 20 people hurt.
Yeah, this morning investigators are still trying to piece together exactly what happened. This was around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. It was at the newly renovated Sandman Signature Hotel. That's on Houston Street. It's a short walk from Sundance Square if you've been in that area before.
In all, 21 people are hurt, one of them critically, but nobody was killed. Fort Worth fire officials tell us it looks like a gas explosion. They are still trying to figure out exactly how and where it started. City records show there was construction happening in the hotel's restaurant, but it's unclear if it was related to that explosion.
Chris Oddeke is with us live this morning in downtown Fort Worth near that hotel, and there is a lot of work left for investigators and a lot of cleanup left as well.
Yeah, Mark, they've been out here pretty much all night. They still have the roads shut down, as you can see the damage behind me. And joining me now is a former firefighter and the president of EMR Safety and Health, Sherry Wilson. We've talked to her before when we've seen explosions like this. When you look at this one, just what are some of the factors that, again, can contribute to an explosion like we saw yesterday?
Well, you've got to have heat, you've got to have fuel, you've got to have oxygen. Obviously, there's a lot of fuel based on the damage here. And so if you look, I looked up the safety data sheet on natural gas. So its explosive range is between 5 and 15% of volume. If it's less than 5%, it's too lean to burn. If it's higher than 15%, it's too rich to burn. But you get that oxygen introduction and it becomes just right and it finds its explosive range. And that's pretty much probably what happened.
What we mentioned was that there was some work, some renovations that were happening at the hotel. When you do work like that, do you open yourself up to the possibility of dangers like this, and how so?
Well, I'm just, if it's plumbing related, you would think that they would know that, but it is suspect that they had that. We just don't know that for sure. The big lesson here is when you smell gas, evacuate. Call the fire department, call 911.
And that was the other thing that the fire department mentioned yesterday, was that there was a smell of gas. What they said was they weren't sure if it was caused by the explosion or vice versa, but you were telling me that's a pretty strong indication
That's a strong indication. I mean, I'm a firefighter and I had a gas leak at my house and I called 911. And so they brought out their gas monitors and, I let them do what they need to do. And so if you don't have your equipment, you need to call the fire department. That's what we do.
Yeah, great information. Thanks for joining us this morning, Sherry Wilson. Mark, still a lot of investigating to be done. Back to you.
Yeah, really appreciate that insight there, Chris. And we will be following the story throughout the rest of the day. So make sure to download our app if you don't have it. We'll send any updates right to your phone. It is free in your app store.